You're listening to Kane, Randy, and Brooke on Scratch the Vinyl.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Scratch the Vinyl. You made it back for another week, and we are glad that you did. We're pumped about all of our guests. We're pumped about this week's guest. We have a guest coming on the show this week. We also have our tripod back with us once again. We have Brooke here. So, Brooke, I'm going to bring you on first. How the heck are you doing? What the heck have you been up to? And are you in the Avengers? Tell me now.
I cannot disclose that right now. I have been moving into a new home. Technically, that's what we're going to tell people. But yeah, I've been really busy with moving and so many other life things. And I'm grateful to be back finally. How have you guys been?
I've been good. We've missed you, honestly. It's been like a couple of bros high-fiving, and basically Randy and I, when we're on together, it's literally just us. Like, you can only describe it as like two guys in a garage, maybe sipping on some tequila or some whiskey or something, and playing air guitar together. Like, so let's bring on my air guitar partner right now, the Godzilla of entertainment in this town, Randy Wilson. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's great to be back on with everybody. And I tell you what, we got a great guest we're bringing on today. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a real player in the rap game here in our local scene. And I can't wait to get this thing going.
Well, I wore the Outcast shirt today. I was just feeling it today. It's so fresh, so clean. I'm feeling good today. But we have our friend, our boy, Cashialini. Cashialini, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's everybody else?
We're living life. We're podcasting today. It doesn't get any better than this. For me, I'm pumped because we're lifting up yet another great talent in this town and in this area. I know you do a lot of things with the community. I know you do a lot of things with the rap game. I mean, you're a man of the town. I want to talk about it right now. So let's get into it right away. Let's talk about your music to start. So, how long have you been doing music, and what does it mean to you to be in this scene right now?
Well, I've been doing music since I was like 14, 15, like more like freestyling and, battling type of stuff. And then I started getting into the formulating songs, learning how to do that, which was a process. That's always a process when you're learning, especially when you're starting from like, oh, I battle you and I'll talk about you. And then you got to start to really get to the point where I got to do songs, okay? It's two different thoughts. It's two different worlds. Like, we kind of seen that with the Drake and Kendrick stuff. It's really kind of two different worlds. It was like, I don't think Drake was really just ready for that type of world. And some people just sit, and like Kendrick said, he used to freestyle in the backseat of the minivan, man. People that freestyle all the time from the 90s, man, that's a dangerous person. That's a dangerous person. But anyway, back on subject about myself. But yeah, I've been doing music for a while, since I was 14, 15. I was trying to get it all together. I had my cousins and everybody that guided me. We were talking a little bit earlier about Northeast. I went to Northeast High School, so I graduated from too. But Northeast kind of, let me flourish a little bit. They gave me the opportunity to perform at assemblies. It was pretty cool. That actually helped a lot because I got to be in front of, there was a lot of people that went to Northeast at that point in time. It was probably not as many now. It's probably way more now. But, you're talking about 2,000, 3,000 people potentially I can get in front of and perform and find out what works for me and what moves the crowd. So that helped. That helped a lot. And then around, I say, we're talking about 98, 99. I was like 19. Around 99, I was 19. And that's when I first dropped something that kind of gained a little traction. Because then, because when I went to color, that I was, junior high, that was kind of really learning everything. And that was when I was more on everybody's nerves. like rap too much, freestyle too much, make little tapes. People hear and be like, man, I don't want to hear this, man. You gave me 3 tapes yesterday. You got another one today? This is crazy. You just rapping too much. But I was learning how to develop it. You know, you got to put them 10,000 hours in to become a professional, great at anything, you know? So I was working on that. But like I said, back in 19, dropped something. It's called Masterminded, and that was pretty cool. That got me in motion. And then and after that, there was the mixtape era. So we dropped a lot of mixtapes out here on the streets. That was like the thing, you know, rapping on everybody else's beats, which at that time, I don't know why it worked, but it worked for everybody. But that just gained the popularity. That was getting everybody the popularity. Well, in 2006, I dropped this song called Any Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like basically Nebraska Girl. And that, for some reason, that jumped in like different states. People, you know, did everything. So I was like, okay, cool. And then 2007, I dropped Briefcase, my little album Briefcase, and that kind of really pushed me out there too. So it got me out there. And I started opening, you know, for people, Chingy, Flow Rider, Tech Nine, E40, Brother Lynch Hung, Spice One, you know, just a lot of legends, you know, people that I looked up to. Like my favorite was Brother Lynch Hung, period. That was my favorite. And that probably ruined my mind for a little bit for the progression of my rap career, my growth, because I was stuck in that Brother Lynch Hung phase for a minute.
You know, that's
Seriously.
probably about when I met you. You know, that's about the time I was starting to promote stuff in the downtown area.
Yeah.
And there weren't a lot of venues helping promote, you know, rap shows or hip hop. I might have been an unusual choice to be a guy that was part of that, but I met a lot of people and I was always looking for some of the next best things that nobody else was doing. And I think that's about the time I met you. Do you think that's about right? Probably like 2007, 2008?
Yeah. Yeah, I say around then.
Because you were just starting to really put out some stuff and showing up at some of the, you know, those kind of rap battles. I mean, so the scene was very, in my opinion, kind of weak around here. There wasn't a lot of venues. Can you share with us a little more of, you know, what you think about the scene now and how many more opportunities there are for guys like you to perform here in the local area?
Okay, well, it's a roller coaster with that though, because I say around 2007, 2008, 2009, I think some of the places started letting us in because the music scene was more jumping in. I think from 2003 for real, the 2003 to 2011 era, I think that was the like Lincoln's highlight for hip hop.
Yeah, and that's definitely when I was part of it and trying to promote, you know, some of the great artists that were around here. And you're right. Well, that's what I mean. I've kind of been out of it now for 8-9 years. And so it's one of the reasons why we got you on here today, because we want to hear a little bit more of what's going on and what kind of opportunities there are for guys like you.
Like, see, now it's getting back to it, because I think now everybody's realizing like you got to be more like Atlanta, Miami, Chicago. No, not Chicago. LA right now. Like, you know, but it was a time that you wanted to be a part of that Chicago point until they kind of just, you know, everything kind of takes off into a different realm. But when at the point in time, there was a point that you wanted to be part of Chicago's hip hop scene, though. But because of the unity, everybody was united doing songs together type of thing. So that's what I think is more type of happening now, because we're realizing that, like as artists, we're realizing that. And I'm on the back end of my career, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to like help all the young people that I can at the same time, because that's what I feel my job is as an artist that had a little traction. I feel I should pass that on to somebody else and see if they can get more traction. Like I said, 2003 to 2011, that was a great time, man. You had the Chatterbox when that was open. You had the Keg back in the day doing their thing, and they still show love, but they do more live venue stuff. But back then, there was a lot of hip hop, and I DJ'd there a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no real DJ. I was just playing good songs. That's all that I heard. That, you know, and the crowd liked it, so we did it. And like the Red Nine, you know, it's always been a couple venues that associate with us. And, you know, the Bourbon always does live music and help. You know, you can rent. You know, anybody got some money, you can rent that out if you're hip hop or or rock. That's just what they're doing. You got the Zoo Bar that does some stuff. It's some people that appreciates the live venues. Some people that does it. You got the Storm Cellar right now, which used to be Speakeasy. They still support the live music, but it does need to be more places. It does need to be more places that steps back out there and lets us do something. Let the youngsters do something, man, because there's some talented young people out here right now.
Yeah, we just had Max Antoine on not long ago, and he's starting to do a little more of that now on Thursday nights out at Witch's Brew. So we're starting to see some other open mic type venues that are willing to, to take on some of that challenge.
Yeah. I've been to a few at the Grove. There was a bunch of them out there, and they have a great venue for that as well. And I know like reality shows are huge right now, and we have a lot of people from Nebraska that go on there and win. But I know that they have like a lot of rap battles, and I've seen those, and some of them are pretty damn funny. But like with Randy, it's really cool that you could probably do it again. I think it would be awesome to have the community get together and do another big show, because they're fun to go to, just to watch all the talent. And I think that that's very cool of you to help the kids and the new talent out there, and to kind of help them, give them advice and stuff. And I think that's a huge thing. And I know you're involved in the community a lot, and you do a lot of things outside of this. So I don't know if, I'd like to kind of hear some of the stuff you've been doing outside with the community. And
well, for a little bit, I took a break, kind of a partial break from music, and got a barber license. So I'm a licensed barber as well. And we do, most of the barbers, period, all of them. I know that, Visionary Youth does their thing at different establishments. Sometimes Salvation Army, Malone Center, everybody will bring in different barbers. But, we started doing that, like, the back to school cuts type of situation. And, a lot of these people give out backpacks and, but we get out there and give out free haircuts, man. And sometimes you do 20 haircuts, sometimes you do 30 haircuts, but sometimes you do 7 haircuts, but they all free. You just making the kids look fresh as you can, so they can get to the schools, so they can get to a little confidence in them, for that first day of school, first week of school and everything like that. We've done sock drive. I wear the cost cutters for a minute because, sometimes that's what you do. I'm a master. I'm considered a master barber, so I can work in salons as well because I'm just that cold as well. Anyway, we did a little sock drive through them, and they helped me out. And I had a little sock puppet named Sock Frost. When Scott Frost was when he was the coach. So it was we do that stuff, and so it was a sock drive, but we also took coats and hats and everything like that. And we get out here, and sometimes we just feed people. Like sometimes what we do, like some people don't understand that. Like as an artist, these people are the reason why I'm able to even be functional. Like I'll be somewhere and somebody will notice me, and I appreciate that so much. So sometimes you just got to just feed people. We go places as artists. I won't put everybody on blast, but certain artists is out there too as well. Not only barbers too, but certain rap artists is out there, singers, R&B too, and I'm pretty sure rock bands. We just out there feed people sometimes. And you don't have to have cameras around and acknowledgement all the time when you're doing it. And that makes the most beautiful thing when we just feed people, because sometimes people are hungry, man. You go buy food and give it to them, or you throw a function and invite people there that they need the food, and they don't have holidays. Like, it's a lot of stuff we try to get involved in, man. I'm not the type that really celebrates all the holidays, but I know other people do, and I know that's a big part of some people's family, so we try to help with that as well.
I love that, man. I love the fact that you're trying to make a difference. I mean, because like a lot of people, and I hate to put it this way, a lot of people, when they look at the rap culture, they don't look at the positives of it, right? They try to make negatives about it. They try to say all these things because they don't understand. Maybe there's some deep racism, you know what I mean? That's still there, and we're all fooling ourselves if we say that it's not there. But it's just like you talking about all the venues. It makes me wonder, because I'm a rocker, right? For me, it wasn't hard to find places. I used to just cold call places and be like, look, I got a band. I know we're good enough. Why don't you put us on and we're going to play? Is it hard for you, even though you're doing all this stuff in the community and everything, is it hard for you to go to all of these different venues and
Right.
ask to put on a rap show?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep this all the way real. I've been blessed. It's only been a couple places that hasn't got back to me, and I don't like that. Makes you really frustrated because like everybody else will get back to me, but a lot of places show me love. Some places even like will come and approach me when they see me like kind of like Randy did. Like, man, I see you back doing your thing. Boom, boom, boom. So it's like when I'm doing the right things, taking the things serious, some people will approach me like, yo, we've always kind of wanted to have you in here, or we always kind of see what you want, want to see what you'll be able to do, or we just like what you do, or we just like you as a person. Do you want to come do a show? So some of these places do show love. Like it's not all hate out here. Like some of these people do experience it. You could tell the venues when you walk in there sometimes when it's like, yeah, I don't belong in here. But most people are like, yeah, like as long as the music is good, as long as we come in with good energy, as long, I'm no disrespect to anybody's sound, but I'm not a drill rapper and I don't, I'm not talking about, so I bring a different energy sometimes that people will accept. Like, yeah, I got party music. I have jams. I have things that you can get up and dance to, relate to, get your groove on. You might break your neck, Like, so that's the type of music that I try to do, and I try to keep a positive energy about it. I try to stay away from certain things because it's just not, conducive to what we're trying to do as a culture, period.
I want to tell everybody that is absolutely true. Like I said, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been at least 15, 20 years since I've known you, and you've always been that guy. Like, I don't know a time I haven't seen you like one of the nicest, happiest people that I run into. And that is an absolute fact. And I'm not gonna actually call you out when I say that every once in a while you will sing at my shows. You don't do it all the time, but when you do, you bring it. And so I'm not gonna say that like it's your only favorite, but you tend to like to do a little Snoop Dogg. So why don't we get into some of your other like long-term influences? I know you brought a couple up already, especially the local ones that you perform with, but did you ever have any vinyl back in your milk crates? I mean,
Man.
Are you old enough to have some vinyl, in your room?
Now, see, my mama had all the vinyl, like a lot. Like my cousin, who was my older cousin, who was a producer, who kind of like helped me get things together and helped me learn how to write. Like he would come and take her records, he would steal the records, and he would sample. He would sample everything, make the beats, and you know what I'm saying, try to get me going like that. So it was always records around. I didn't personally have any. Well, let me take that back. Commemorative or special edition vinyl, I would go get some. I had the little Prince and Wu-Tang, stuff like that I wasn't gonna play. I wasn't gonna pop them on nothing.
That's classic. That's perfect.
I just get so excited about the music. I pop that baby on right away. Ruined it right off the bat, man. I can't even wait.
But that's a true hip hop fan though, man. Oh no, a true music fan, but a hip hop fan as well, man. Like Jay-Z was stating in what was it, The Blueprint? I think. Nah, it might not have been The Blueprint, but I remember Jay-Z was talking about, when you open up that album, that CD or that tape, that record, when you peel the plastic off of it. You know what I'm saying? I just think to me that was a music loving thing, but I think hip hop really indulged in that moment where you just you smell it. It smelled different. That record, that tape, that CD, you know what I'm saying? That paper inside, it smelled different.
We
that
talk about it all the time. Yeah. Because we grew up that way. I mean, that was our escape, was to go to the record store and thumb through the vinyls, and maybe you could only save $10 and buy one. And then you get home and you just rip through it. And there's just something about like I said, putting the scratch on the vinyl. And yes, every genre of music has affected hip hop. Like they've taken they can make anything work with almost any genre I have found, and it all works.
So I want to tell you guys something in this move, and like my birthday's coming up. So my fiance got me for like a housewarming birthday present a new record player, really vintage looking though. I love it. So then I got him a couple records, and that you're right, when you open it up and you're like, oh my God, what is in here? And the smell of it. And so while we were moving, I had this really tall, black looking apparatus thing. It was very new to young children. And my son's girlfriend goes, what is this? And I go, it's a CD holder. And she goes, "A what?" And I go, you put your CDs in it. She goes, like, you take them out and put them in there. And I go, no, they stay in the cassette. And oh, wow, I've never seen that. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Have you seen this record album? And she's like, oh, yeah, we know what those are. We love those. But she goes, and I love opening them up and looking at all of the artwork and all of that stuff. And have you ever thought about maybe making a record, a new tape, and like just having it like for, I mean, today, all the stuff that you do, I think it'd be cool.
Oh yeah, vinyl, man, vinyl. Yeah, vinyl is a hip hop head's dream. Like to have your own stuff on vinyl. It's something like this, like to have this and a vinyl sitting back behind me and myself. I would be like in heaven. I'll probably just all day. They'd be like, "Is that a photo?" But it's just me. It's just stuck in a video form on my Facebook Live all day like this.
Cashialini. That's right.
Cashialini Funk Pop, is that a custom deal there? What do you got? What is that you're showing us there?
Yeah. That's the funk pop. That's the Funko Pop. That's me, the big head, the big bald head dude. You know what I'm saying? Got the microphone. He got a little chain on him too. I got to move the light around and see the little chain. What's the little chain on him?
Can we get one of those?
What, one of these guys, or you want to order your own?
I want I want that. I want Cashialini.
Royalties. He wants royalties.
And, I've been thinking about, people be asking about that. That's crazy. I'm like, man, y'all really mess with the bald head dude, huh? That's cool. That's cool, man. Hey, I'm gonna get back at you with this because we might be dropping these for Christmas this year.
I think that's awesome. I put it right on my record player too.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be dope. Maybe I could put a little hook on something for the Christmas ornaments too.
Can you see a little Brooke, one of those with giant red lips?
Yeah, I'm telling you, y'all should get one too and make them, like stand them next to each other.
Yep,
so
little scratch the vinyl ones.
We got to make STV ones would be epic. I think I got the hookup on that too. I think I do know how to get it, but when we get off of here, we'll ask Justin just to kind of confirm. But we got to make that happen.
Oh yeah. But you really can just go to you can go to their website and they do them. You can design them yourself and do it right up. It's actually like me and a couple of the fellas we got some, and we supposed to take pictures of ours and put them together because we are our little rap crew.
I think I like that. I really do. And I want Scratch the Vinyl ones. And then I see your shirt. Can we get your shirt?
Oh,
I mean, that for sale. Is there anywhere we can go to like get some of your,
I gotta get some more. Listen, I started my little clothing line again. I'm behind. I'm just behind, man. I'm backstock like a mug. I need to. My guy who was helping me, he moved out of town, so now I had to recalibrate, and get everything together. But I will let y'all know because I do need to get my merch out there, man. Because I got some nice ideas.
Well, you definitely got to get that merch pushed, especially if you're doing shows and everything. I was like the pusher man for my bands and everything, right? Like I had everything. We had women's underwear at one point that would fling around at everybody. I mean, I had it all, dude. You definitely gotta get that going, especially if you get some of that gear. Tell us. I mean, we love to push artists around us, and especially ones that are friends of ours that come on the show. But everybody, just tell us if you have something coming up. We'll try to let people know what's happening. We'll put it on our pages. We're gonna try to do what we can to help you out. All right, this is a fantastic time to talk about the people, places, and things that keep this show rolling on, moving on all night long. You know what we're talking about. So let's run that Elegant Sasquatch ad. And then when we get back, we'll do the local roundup and we will return with our guest, Cashialini himself, Justin Webster. Welcome to the Late Late Show with your host, Squatch.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We have a controversial guest tonight. He claims to have the world's smelliest beard and doesn't plan to do anything about it in the foreseeable future. Let's bring him on right now. He wants to be brought on by what he goes by on his socials, Toxic Beard 87.
Hey, calm down. Don't hate the smells of it sells.
Hello, my toxic friend. Let me ask you something. With brands like the Elegant Sasquatch Beard Company, why do you choose to smell like a rotten egg on Easter?
It all started when I was 16 years old. My beard was growing like a forest full of pine trees, and it was time for me to find a delicious scent to make Cindy Jo fall in love with me. I found a beard oil in a store, and I thought for sure she was going to be mine. I caked it on, and I was so proud of the way I smelled and how I looked. As soon as I saw Cindy Jo, I went running over to her, but instead of her embracing me and taking me in, she told me to go away and told me I smelled terrible. It was the worst day of my life. It was right then that I vowed that I would never put another product in my beard again. And so here I am, Toxic Beard Guy 87, and I'm not going anywhere.
Well, if I'd gone through that, it'd been tough for me to show my face again, too. But luckily, there's companies like the Elegant Sasquatch Beard Company that have multiple products that'll have girls like Cindy Jo melting in the palm of your hand.
Sasquatch, do you really think that there's a product for me?
Yes, my friend. There are beard balms, beard oils, beard butters, and beard washes that will make your whiskers the talk of the town. You'll be smelling like a dozen roses, and you'll be looking the best you've ever looked.
I would give anything to get Cindy Jo to talk to me just once again. Where can I get this amazing product?
Head on over to elegantsasquatchco.etsy.com and find yourself getting lost in the amount of items that they have to offer, including beard boxes as well, with a full line of some of their favorite products.
There's only one thing left to do. I'm going to go over to Etsy right now, and I'm going to buy as much product as I can, and I'm going to find Cindy Jo, and I'm going to win her over. Thanks again, Squatch.
You heard it here, folks. We changed his mind. Next on the show, we'll have a doll with an eating disorder. Then we'll have squirrels riding skateboards. Till then, head on over to Etsy right now. Tell them that the Scratch the Vinyl podcast sent you.
All right, let's do your favorite thing in the world. As of right now, the local roundup. Let's talk about all the great things happening in this fine town we call Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's go to Gray's first. Gray's Saturday night at 8 p.m. They have Midwest Message. They're an Omaha duo consisting of Logan Corbino and Jaden Woosley. They're pop rock. And I guess it's pop rock from every decade. So every decade throughout history, they will have something for you. So don't miss that show. Let's move on over to the Bourbon. The Bourbon Friday night has SoundCloud rap sensation Ian. I don't really know a lot of the details on that, but head on over to Ticketmaster for that one. But that should be an interesting show. I've actually checked out a little bit of their music, and it's really good. So go check that out. See for yourself. Cappy's has an action-packed weekend this weekend. Friday night at 8 p.m. They have local favorites and our friends, Dad Rock, out there. They just cut the greatest promo of all time. If you haven't checked it out, go to their Facebook and type in Dad Rock and look at that amazing promo that Joe Clapper did. Saturday night, 8 p.m. It's either 8 or 9 p.m. They have Taco Cat. Taco Cat's going to be out there rocking the house. They've been making their way through the scene, and they've been doing a heck of a job, so go see them. The Zoo Bar has a ton going on like always, so let's get into that real quick here. So Friday night, they have Mushroom and the Lucas Minor Band at 9 p.m. The early show, if you're going to the early show, and some of us dig that, Sailing and Soup will be there at 5 p.m. this Friday night, so go check that for the FAC. Then Saturday, they've got an action-packed day as well. They've got the Epic Blue House Band. They make the earthquake and your butt shake. And you're not going to want to miss that show at 5 p.m. And stick around for later on, and American Motors will be there with Dip Tent and Nowhere, I believe. So go check that out. That's a 9 p.m. show, and that's a $10 cover. And I guess on Sunday, they've got a wine tasting there. So if wine is your game, then you're not going to want to miss out on that. That's from 3 to 5 p.m. It's $25. And you get to taste a bunch of wine, which doesn't sound like too bad to the end of a weekend to me. I'm sure there's a lot else going on, but that's all that I have time to mention right now. So it's important to check that out and go support local, everybody. Stop being fools. Stop sitting at home, thumbing through TV, noticing that nothing's on. Get out there and support live music and really just live entertainment. Support local, everybody. The last but not least, I want to say, when it comes to supporting local, support Roots Music Shop. I can't think of a better business to support than that. They're supplying you with so many great things. Go see Ryan. Tell him that Scratch the Vinyl sent you. And now let's get back to our episode and our interview with Cashialini, Justin Webster. Let's move on to your current projects right now. We want to know what you're currently in the works with. Do you got the baddest mixtape in the world coming out pretty soon? Do you got some shows coming up? What do you have going on?
Oh yeah, I'm working on the Freddie project because Cashialini. Okay, let me break this down real quick. It's Fiziano Cashialini. That's his little Sicilian name I made up. The American version, as you know, is kind of like in the thoughts of like the Godfather. So they got the Sicilian name, then they come to America, and then he's Freddie Cash instead of Fiziano Cashialini. So it's Freddie Cash then. So, but my production name is Freddie Cash, though. It's like it all links to each other anyway. But then I'm working on the album. It's called Freddie. So that's like the couple of the new songs or the videos that Randy was talking about that I've been dropped. A couple of the social media videos. A couple of the songs are old, but a couple of the songs are new, and it's going to be on that project. And that's going to be coming. I'm going to try to drop that one by June because I'm trying to give these couple songs I'm trying to give them traction. I got the song called Twisted Cap and another song called Venom. And I'm trying to let these get traction first before I just get the whole album out. But then March, which is this month, on the 14th, I'll be down in Austin, Texas for the South by Southwest Music Festival, performing down there and getting some footage down there, a little media, because I'll be putting together a little documentary style video for some of the stuff we do. So I'm gonna get some footage down there and everything and perform as well. And then on the 21st, I'll be back in town at La Cabana off of by 33rd and Cornsker. And we got a show there, and we'll be performing there. And then we got some more stuff coming up, but I gotta get that finalized before I bite my tongue.
Well, keep us in the loop, because we will definitely promote you wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. What date was the one over on Cornhusker? What is it called?
March 21st.
March 21st.
Yes, it's at La Cabana. It's a Superman tour with a Brown Boy from California. And so I'm one of the opening acts. So
Right on. And okay, so this is somewhat off the subject, but not really. So I know you have stuff coming out, you have your records, and we like to ask our guests, what is your process? Because I know, like, with rap especially, I say this a lot, you really have to say the right word. There's no phonetics in it. Like, you have to, if you're singing or you screaming or whatever, you can kind of phonetically fix it if you forget a word. But I know you write and do a lot of your own stuff. Is it like personal things, or is it just things from the past? Or, how do you do your process in making your music? Or do you have one?
Oh yeah, I have a process. It's kind of to tie into what Randy was asking earlier at the same time. Like he was saying, he mentioned Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is a major influence on me. Jay-Z is a major influence on me. Like we said, Brother Lynch Hung back in the day, Spice One back in the day. E40 is a major influence on me as well. And some of these artists I take an old school approach to it some of the time, as well as the artists. I want to get the beat. I have an idea sometimes, and I find the beat to appease the idea, or if I make it, because I make beats sometimes, well, a lot of the time. But if I find the quality of sound, the zone I want to be in, and then I write to it, and then the wording of it, like you say, see, it depends on which way you want to go, because like I said, let me not forget Wu-Tang is an influence too. We spoke about that earlier too, though, because Oh Dirty Bastard is one of my favorites. But how you say things, though, like I can take a lyrical approach like an East Coast person and say some things that'll wow people, but it might go over their head. Simply, like to simplify, like Jay-Z said, I had to dumb down to double my dollars. So sometimes you got to dumb it down, but you still got to find the right words, because they still got to be creative and they still have to be impactful, but they still have to be universal enough for people to understand. Like sometimes you want the words for a baby to even understand without anybody having to explain it to them. Like that's the most universal sound, and that's the most universal dynamic you're fighting for as an artist, to bring the simplicity, but have it to the point where you're showing your skill.
I have to take this opportunity to throw a shout out to my boy Devin, because I was just having this conversation with him about East Coast, West Coast, and he was telling me how, so many people don't understand the influence of E40, and the same thing. I literally Friday night I was having this conversation. So shout out to Devin for bringing this subject to me, and then you only reaffirm it by talking about it right now. So I love that you've done that. It just shows how involved you are in the whole game. I have seen all your current videos, the stuff you've been shooting around town. I love that it shows Lincoln in that light. I love most of the messages you have in your songs. Dude, I'm so pleased that we got you on here for the first time. And I just hope a lot of people will start realizing again how much talent we have in Lincoln and the impact we have all over. And man, I wish you the best down there in Austin. That's great, man.
Thank you, man. It's gonna be fun, man. We got to represent for Nebraska everywhere we go, and try to show them a good time. But I do really want to, before we get up off here, I want to make sure I thank y'all, man, for having me on here. I appreciate that, man, because sometimes you don't think that people gonna pay attention to what's going on, but sometimes that they will if you put in the work. And I guess I'm back to putting in the work, so I appreciate y'all noticing that.
We appreciate you coming on here, and we love the plethora of guests that we have. We love having different genres, different. There he is. There's our little bird, or what would you call him? Randy, I just listened to his episode yesterday, and he called him, what was he? The little bird?
His cat.
Yes.
Max sneaks into the what we'll call the studio here.
Hey, Maximilian.
But I told him Justin would be on today, so
Max,
dude, I'm just going to reemphasize is that you just stick to what you do and you do best. If you put out good work, people will notice. I mean, that's the point. And like I said, I've known you a long time, and I've seen a lot of transition in this game around here. And it's too bad that there have been promoters in the past that weren't really good, that only tried to do stuff as a cash grab. But then there were some really good promoters that really gave opportunities to guys, for guys to feature their talents.
Yeah, and probably lost money.
Yep, that's true. And look, I never did a promotion downtown that didn't work. And I had, look, I'm going to give a big shout out to DJ XL. He tried to feature, guys like yourself that had positive messages, that were community guys that promoted the good stuff. And but that's how I see Nebraska. That's how I see Lincoln. And, we just love good music when it's, and I don't care what genre it is. People like what they hear, even if they're not used to it. And we start putting out good stuff, people notice. And so seriously, dude, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming on our show. Like, we did notice. I mean, I sent these guys your videos as soon as I saw them. And I said, you guys need to check this out. Did I not, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Absolutely.
I showed my kids. They're like, yeah. And I go, yeah, I went to high school with him.
That's what's up.
And they were like, right on. See, speaking of kids, okay, like to reiterate some of the stuff, Randy, you helping children out, feeding people that need food, giving haircuts to children that need it. I know families, I mean, just me, I mean, I've been there before, where someone just helps help another person out. You are some good shit, man. I'm telling you, you are amazing.
Thank
yeah, you have. Oh, and keep doing that. Keep doing it. We need more of you out there, and the kids need you out there. And I know that you are helping so many people, and we're grateful for that. And your energy, your karma, all of that is just gonna thrive. And thank you so much for the shit that you do for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Justin, you're a prime example. Karma's a real thing, and you're putting out good karma into the world. And you also said something for all you youngsters out there, which is there's no cheat code. Put in the work like Justin has. Stop trying to fast track your way to the top. Put in those 10,000 hours plus and get it done. But Justin, you're a prime example of that. We love having you on the show. It's been a blast. And please come on again when you get a chance to, when you have things going on. Please just keep communicating with us. I hope to see you at a show. You and I are going to do some Snoop Dogg together, my friend, and we're going to tear the house down at one of Randy's shows, bro.
And hey, Justin, there's School of Rock. We need School of Rap. I think you should open up, maybe. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's do it.
I appreciate that. That's a good idea.
Yep. It'd be called the Cashialini School of Rap.
Oh, that's hard. That's
You
hard.
heard it here, folks. Don't let anybody steal that. You got to take that.
Trust me, you're gonna realize what it means to actually be the OG in this area on that.
Okay. I'm trying to do my job, though. I'm trying to do my job.
All right, everybody. Well, we gave you a prime example of yet another amazing talent in this town. This area is full of it, and Cashialini is just one of many, but he sets himself apart in a lot of different ways. So thank you so much for being on the show. And for all you millions and millions of listeners out there, or at least we can hope, we hope that you guys tune in for another episode of
Scratch the Vinyl.